Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Study Time. आज हम summary करेंगे of the poem The Frog and the Nightingale and also the literary devices. Summary. Begin. In the Bengal bog, under a sumac tree, a frog sang in its unpleasant voice. All the creatures in the bog hated its harsh sound. They tried using different ways, requests, sticks, stones, and insult and complaints, but the frog could not be stopped. उसको कोई रोक नहीं पाता था. It was proud of its voice and sang with confidence. One night, when the sky was lit with the moonlight, a melodious nightingale sat on the sumac tree and sang beautifully. All the creatures were attracted towards the melodious voice. The frog was amazed, and it had never heard such a beautiful voice. All the creatures praised and cheered the bird and asked it to sing more. तो एक दिन क्या होता है, एक मूनलिट नाइट में वहां पर एक नाइटिंगेल आ जाती है जो बहुत ही melodious voice में गाती है. The nightingale had never received such praise and so it got flattered. It sang continuously throughout the night. The next night, as the bird prepared to sing, the frog who was jealous of it and interrupted it. It introduced itself as the owner of the tree on which the bird was sitting. It said that it was famous for its deep manly voice and also wrote occasionally for the bog trumpet मैगजीन. तो उसने कहा कि उसकी बहुत ही डीप मैनली वॉइस है और वो ओकेजनली लिखता है for Bog Trumpet magazine. The frog told the nightingale that her song was not bad but pointed out that it was too long and lacked force. The innocent bird felt great that such a great musician has evaluated her singing talent. The frog scolded her for being proud that her song was her own original composition. He said that she had to get formal training to become a perfect singer. The innocent nightingale was trapped by the clever frog. It requested the frog to train it and praised it by saying that it was a great musician, Mozart. The nightingale उसे compare करती है to the great musician Mozart. The frog agreed hesitantly but would charge a fee. The frog forced the little delicate bird to sing in bad weather for long hours, which made her weak. Her voice lost its melody. After some rest, the nightingale's throat felt better and it again started singing. As a huge crowd would gather to hear the melodious voice, the greedy frog started charging admission fee for the concert. It attracted a royal crowd of birds and animals from distant places who attend the concert in their fine dresses. The frog was happy that he was earning so much money, but at the same time was jealous of the nightingale's popularity. As the frog became greedy for more money, it would scold the poor bird, force it to practice more, and pointed out mistakes in its singing technique. All this took a toll on the little bird as it became sad, overworked, and weak. It song lost its melody and became boring. तो उसका गाना जो है boring हो गया क्योंकि अब वो बहुत ज़्यादा overwork कर रही थी and she was growing weak. The crowd started decreasing, which infuriated the frog. One day, as the bird tried to draw a deep breath to sing loud and strong, a vein in it burst and it died. Now the frog calls the nightingale stupid. तो पूरी poem में तो वो उसको influence करता रहा, लेकिन at the end of the poem what it said that the nightingale was stupid, nervous and prone to be influenced by others. It says that it should have had confidence rather than being influenced by what the frog said. The frog says that it believes, and so now once again it is the unopposed singer in the bog. तो फिर से वो अपनी हार्श वॉइस में गाने लगा. The conclusion. Let's see the conclusion of this poem. The dual nature of the creature is depicted here in the poem. Frog and the nightingale. Even though the nightingale was extremely talented, she was innocent and naive. Naive means showing lack of experience, and sometimes it means innocent also. ठीक है, तो वो इनोसेंट थी और लेट उसके अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं था, and believed everyone and had no self-confidence. The frog, on the other hand, was untalented, lacked a melodious voice, was pompous and jealous. The lack of self-belief and having insecurities will lead nowhere. So one must have belief, and only then they will be able to recognize the intentions of others and thrive in the world. The poet excellently explains through his main characters the nature of the living and the lessons to learn. So let's begin with the literary devices. Literary devices will start from the first paragraph. Once upon a time, a frog croaked away in Bengalborg. Every night from dusk to dawn, he croaked on and on and on. See, the rhyme scheme here is AABB. यहाँ पे onomatopoeia है. Onomatopoeia क्या होता है? Where the word is used to represent a sound. Like यहाँ पे कौन सा sound represent हो रहा है? Croaked. तो कोई भी साउंड जैसे पॉप है, क्रैक है, ऐसा कुछ भी साउंड होता है तो वो वहां पर ओनोमेटोपिया होता है. द वर्ड इज यूज्ड टू रिप्रेजेंट अ साउंड. यहाँ पे रिपीटेशन है, ऑन एंड ऑन में है. एलिट्रेशन है बिंगलबर्ग में, दैट इज अ बी साउंड इज रिपीटेड. एंटीथेसिस है डस्क एंड डॉन में. व्हाट इज एंटीथेसिस? एंटीथेसिस होता है अ पर्सन और अ थिंग दैट इज द डायरेक्ट ऑपोजिट ऑफ समवन और समथिंग. तो ये डायरेक्ट ऑपोजिट है, यहाँ पर ऑपोजिट वर्ड्स हैं दोनों ही, डस्क and dawn. So this is antithesis. Other creatures loathed his voice, but alas, they had no choice, and the crass cacophony blared out from at whose foot the frog each night mistrailed on till morning night. Literary devices है, rhyme scheme है आपकी AABBCC. Alliteration है आपकी crass cacophony में C sound is repeated. Transferred epithet है. See, what is transferred epithet? Transferred epithet is when an adjective is usually used to describe one thing is transferred to another. Like and the यहाँ पे transferred epithet है, and the crass cacophony blared out from the cemetery. Crass means something stupid, something devoid of sensitivity, and cacophony means very loud and unpleasant voice. तो यहाँ पे transferred epithet है, blared out from the cemetery. Antithesis है from in morning and night. These are the opposite words. Neither stones nor prayers nor sticks, insults or complaints or bricks stilled the frog's determination to display his heart's elation. Rhyme scheme है AABB. Alliteration है his heart's. Match sound is repeated. यहाँ पे एक चीज और नोट करना, मैंने वो वाले पैराग्राफ्स को यहाँ पर नहीं डाला है जिनके अंदर कोई भी हमारे पास लिटरेरी डिवाइसेस नहीं है शो करने के लिए. सो आई हैव स्किप्ड देम. But one night, a nightingale in the moonlight, cold and pale, perched upon the cemetery, casting forth her melody. यहाँ पर लिटरेरी डिवाइसेस हैं आपकी, राइम स्कीम है AABB. विजुअल इमेजरी है यहाँ पर. The poet constructs an image in the writer's mind. Okay, the sky is moonlit and a nightingale is sitting on a cemetery singing a melodious voice. तो यहाँ पर visual imagery है. Alliteration है nightingale में, and sound is repeated. Dumbstruck sat the gaping frog, and the whole admiring bog stared towards the sumac wrapped, and when she had ended, clapped. Ducks and swam and herons waded to her as she serenaded. So the literary devices here is rhyme scheme है AABB और CC. Transferred epithet है again, the whole admiring bog stared towards the sumac. So this is a transferred epithet, means the adjective usually used to describe one thing is transferred to another. She was startled by a croak. Sorry, was that you who spoke? She inquired when the frog hopped towards her from the bog. Yes, the frog replied. Literary devices है, rhyme scheme है AABB की. Onomatopoeia है आपका croak. In the sound is produced by the frog. So this is a sound produced by the frog, croak. You see, I am the frog who owns this tree. It is in this bog I have long been known for my splendid baritone, and of course I wield my pen for bog trumpet now and then. See, rhyme scheme है AABBCC की. personification हुई है यहाँ पे. The frog has been personified. I wield my pen. See, wield का मतलब होता है to carry and use it. ओके, तो टू कैरी एंड यूज इट यहाँ पे व्हील्ड है, तो यहाँ पर पर्सोनिफिकेशन है. व्हील्ड इज टू होल्ड अ वेपन और अ टूल एंड लुक एज इफ यू आर गोइंग टू यूज इट. तो यहाँ पर जो है फ्रॉग के पास पेन दिखाया गया है, सेज इट आई व्हील माई पेन, तो जैसे कि वो उसे कैरी करता है और यूज करता है. एंटीथेसिस है नाउ एंड देन में, बिकॉज ये ऑपोजिट वर्ड्स हैं. And a solitary loon wept beneath the summer moon. Toads and teals and tiddlers, captured by her voice, cheered on and raptured. Bravo to divine and chorus of the nightingale once more. Rhyme scheme यहाँ पर है A A B B C C. Alliteration आपका toads, teals and tiddlers में, because T sound is repeated. Quite unused to such applause, sang till dawn without a pause. Next night when the nightingale shook her head and twitched her tail, closed an eye and fluffed a wing, and had cleared her throat to sing. यहाँ पे literary devices है आपका A A B B C C. Alliteration आ रहा है आपका next night में N sound is repeated and twitched her tail में T sound is repeated. Did you like my song? Not too bad, but far too long. The technique was fine, of course, but it lacked a certain force. Literary device आएगा आपका A A B B. Repetition है यहाँ पे did you में. Alliteration है आपका bad और but में. B sound is repeated. Dearest frog, the nightingale breathed, this is a fairy tale and you are a Mozart in disguise. Come to earth before my eyes. तो rhyme scheme में आपकी A B B metaphor हो गया है यहाँ पर. Metaphor या comparison between two things without using like or as. तो compare किया जाता है, लेकिन यहाँ पे like या as word को use नहीं किया जाता है. This is a fairy tale and you are Mozart in disguise. Nightingale compares the frog to Mozart, indicating a belief in his musical talent. यहाँ पर allusion है, the Nightingale makes a reference to a famous classical composer Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and you are a Mozart in disguise, come to earth before my eyes. This reference functions to highlight how innocent the Nightingale is, that she genuinely believes the frog possesses the same level of musical genius as Mozart. तो यहाँ पर allusion create हुआ है. Well, I charge a modest fee. Oh, but it won't hurt, you'll see. Now the nightingale, inspired, flushed with confidence and fired with both art and adoration. Rhyme scheme again here is A A B B C C. Alliteration है. Now the nightingale में N sound is repeated. Animals for miles around flocked towards the magic sound, and the frog with great precision counted heads and charged admission. Though next morning it was raining, he began her vocal training. Rhyme scheme है A A B B C C की. Alliteration है he began her. So H sound is repeated. But I can't sing in this weather. Come, my dear, we'll sing together. Just put on your scarf and sash and quash, quash, quash. See, rhyme scheme A A B B है. Alliteration है आपका scarf and sash में S sound is repeated. Repetition है यहाँ पे quash, quash का. Onomatopoeia है क्योंकि यहाँ पे sound produce हो रहा है by the frog and the nightingale. Quash, quash, quash. So the frog and the nightingale journeyed up and down the scale for 6 hours till she was shivering and her voice was hoarse and quivering. Rhyme scheme है A A B B. Alliteration है she was shivering. Sh sound is repeated. Antithesis है up and down में, because both are opposite. Though subdued and sleep deprived, in the night her throat revived, and the sumac tree was bowed with a breathless titled crowd. Owl of sandwich, duck of Kent, mallard and my lady trend. See, rhyme scheme है यहाँ पर A A B B C C. Alliteration है subdued and sleep में S sound is repeated. Mallard and my lady में M sound is repeated. Allusion आ गया है. The poet makes a reference to famous titles. Owl of Sandwich refers to Earl of Sandwich. Duck of Kent refers to Duke of Kent. Mallard of My Lady Trent refers to My Lord and My Lady of Trent. The poet wants to say that a royal crowd had gathered to hear her melodious bird. Hear the melodious bird. As the creatures were animals, so the first names have been replaced by such names of animals which create rhyming effect. Martin Cardinal Fisto and the court of Monte Cristo, ladies with tiaras glittering, in the interval sat twittering, and the frog observed them glitter with the joy both sweet and bitter. Now, rhyme scheme A B B C C है, allusion है यहाँ पर again. The poet makes a reference to famous titles. Court of Monte Cristo refers to Count of Monte Cristo. Onomatopoeia है, twittering is the sound produced by the crowd. Imagery है, ladies with tiaras glittering in the interval sat twittering. The reader experiences visual and oral imagery by imagining the royal audience wearing glittering tiaras can be heard chatting among themselves. Antithesis है, sweet and bitter. Every day the frog would scold her. Songs for Silver tried to scold her. You must practice even longer till your voice like mine goes stronger. In the second song, last night, you got nervous in mid-flight. Mid-flight means in the middle of the song. Rhyme scheme है आपकी A B B C C. Alliteration है songs for silver. Second song, S sound is repeated. And my dear, lay on more trills. Audience enjoy such fills. You must make your public happier. Give them something sharper, snappier. We must aim for better billings. You still owe me 60 shillings. Rhyme scheme है A B B C C की. Alliteration है must make में M sound is repeated. Better billings में आपका B sound is repeated. Day by day, the nightingale grew more sorrowful and pale. Night on night, her tired song zipped and trilled and bounced along till the birds and bees grew tired at a voice so uninspired. Rhyme scheme है A B B C C. Alliteration है birds and bees. B sound is repeated. Repetition आया है day by day, night on night. And the ticket office gross crashed and she grew more morose. Okay, for her ears were now addicted to applause quite unrestricted, and to sing into the night all alone gave no delight. Rhyme scheme है A B B C C की. Alliteration है more morose में M sound is repeated. Now the frog puffed up with rage. Brainless bird, you are on the stage. Use your wits and follow fashion. Puff your lungs out with your passion. Literary devices है आपकी. Rhyme scheme है A B B. Alliteration है आपका brainless bird में B sound is repeated. Follow fashion में भी F sound is repeated. Trembling, terrified to fail, blind with tears, the nightingale heard him out in silence, tried. Literary devices है आपके. Rhyme scheme A B B. Alliteration है trembling, terrified, T sound is repeated. Said the frog, I tried to teach her, but she was a stupid creature, far too nervous, far too tense, far too prone to influence. Well, poor bird, she should have known that your song must be your own. Rhyme scheme है A B B C C. Alliteration आएगा tired to teach, too tense, T sound is repeated. She should, sure sound is repeated. Anaphora है यहाँ पे. Repetition of far too in lines 3 and 4. देखिए 3 and 4 में जो सेंटेंस है वो far too से स्टार्ट हो रहा है. एनाफ्रा क्या होता है? एनाफ्रा होता है रिपीटेशन ऑफ अ वर्ड, ओके, एट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द सेंटेंस. तो यहाँ पे सेंटेंस के बिगिनिंग में जो है आपके वर्ड्स जो है रिपीट हो रहे हैं. ओके, दिस इज स्पेशली फॉर अ पोएटिक effect. So this is anaphora. That's why I sing with panache. Squash, squash, squash. And the foghorn of the frog blared unrivaled through the bog. Literally devices a rhyme scheme है A B B. Alliteration आ गया आपका foghorn of the frog में F sound is repeated. Repetition है आपका squash, squash. Thank you so much. If you like the video, kindly like, share and subscribe.